Shalom, giving all praises, acknowledgement, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Harakah, Hakwadash. Yahweh Shemiel Shai is the name of the Heavenly Father and His beloved Son, who the world will ignorantly call Jesus Christ. Yahweh, meaning He is, He exists, and Yahweh Shai, meaning He deliverer. Bahashem just means in the name. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS that have taught us this truth, and they continue to teach us. And shalom to our brothers doing this mighty and powerful works and hopes of salvation. America, days of bullying the world is coming to an end. America bullying these nations is coming to an end. These nations are standing up against the bully. All right? Right now, Trump is trying to bully his way back to making America on top again. And these nations, they're not having it. All right? China is going blow for blow. These countries, Canada, South America, they going blow for blow in tariffs. And we know that these tariff wars is economic warfare, and it's going to lead to World War III. All right, a physical war, the war to end all wars. So China says it will fight to the end after Trump threatens 50% additional tariffs. These nations are fighting back because they're tired of this bully, man. They've had it with America bullying their way to get what they want, and they have to suffer. All right, Isaiah 14:10, all they speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? So these nations are looking at America like, look, we're on the same playing field now. We got a great military as you got a great military. We got nuclear missiles. All right? We're no longer weak as we once were. Art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? So these nations are equaling America. That's why these nations are considered the next superpower, or the wealthiest countries, or the top military countries, because of nuclear missiles. All right? They are no longer afraid of this bully, that if this guy threatens them, they fall in line and they accept the tariffs because they're afraid of what America might physically do with their military. All right? And it shows you right here why the nations are 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 saying that America has become weak like unto them. Joel chapter 3 and 9. Proclaim he this among the Gentiles. So the natural born Gentiles, the so-called Indians, the so-called Japanese, the so-called Chinese, right? The so-called Taiwanese, the Russians, the Europeans. Prepare war. And they have been doing war preparations this whole time. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. So these Gentiles have been preparing for some time now. And they have been drawing near close to the Middle East. You know? Prepping for war scenarios because they see a war. All right? Now it says, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords. So a lot of these nations went from agriculture to building weapons, missiles. All right? Manufacturing weapons. And your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. So now these nations were weaker than America. Now they're saying they're strong because of weapons, because of the nuclear missiles that they have, hypersonic, supersonic, you know. So it says, let the weak say, I am strong. So right now they're saying that they're on the same level as America, if not stronger. Russia boasting that they got the best nuclear missiles on planet Earth. Then you have South Korea saying they have great missiles. All right. But this spirit of changing your beating your plowshares into sword has been around since after World War II. All right? All these nations shift from agriculture, from farming and building their economy and focusing on agriculture in their country to manufacturing weapons. All right? Now I looked it up. What year did in the 21st century did East Asia, which East Asia is pretty much Russia and all that region, you know, China and so forth, shift from a agriculture-based economy to a manufacturing-focused one, particularly in the context of war production. So for a minute after World War II, these nations have been beating their plowshare into swords. All right. So plowshare is a farming tool. And even more in this time right now, that's all these nations are doing is manufacturing building missiles. You know, what is America getting on Iran for? For nuclear plants, building nuclear capable missiles. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. So while America put the whole world in fear after dropping the atom bomb, the whole other side of the world shifted into making weapons for war. They've been perfecting missiles over there. You know, it says is a complex process that occurred primarily in the post-World War II era, with significant advancement in the 1960s and 1970s. So, post-war industrialization. So you have Japan, South Korea, Taiwan, and guess what? Those nations have missiles. They have nuclear capable missiles now. Hong Kong began rapid industrialization, moving away from agricultural economies toward manufacturing. So post World War II, these nations, they were weaker than America, because America had the atom bomb. You know, they had nuclear weapons, which America did test those nuclear weapons. They were in the height of their pride, man. Shooting nuclear missiles at the goddamn Van Allen belt. You know, so these nations, they was like, hold up, we got to start working on our weaponry. And now you see these nations, they're saying that they're strong because they have nuclear capable missiles that could wipe out America. All right. It says these nations, along with Singapore, and it says then you have Japan. Industrialization in post-war period saw it become a major manufacturing power. South Korea, Taiwan, Hong Kong, and you have Russia. You know, after World War II. But even more in these times, that's all they're working on. You know, you have certain brothers that work in manufacturing, and you know they're starting to see rapid pickup in weaponry and parts being made. You know, because we're in the midst of a full scale war that's about to be initiated. It says, verse 11, assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones, the angels, to come down, O Lord. So everyone is being prepped to be deployed to the Middle East. All right? So all of this tariff war is going to lead to World War III, because each of these countries is going to end up hurting each other's economy, and they're going to have to see it out on the battlefield. All right. Now let's go to Isaiah 14 and start at the top. Well, not at the exact top, but let's go to 4. Isaiah 14 and 4. That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how had the oppressor ceased? This dude is a fucking oppressor. All right. Esau, the so-called white man, is the oppressor of the earth. All right. How has this guy stopped oppressing the earth? He hasn't. Ever since he got into power, he goes around the earth just taking shit, destroying people, destroying their governments, destroying their homes, and then taxing the hell out of them, have them in debt. How had the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased. The Lord had broken the staff of the wicked. So it's going to take the Most High and the Son to take away Esau's rulership. And the scepter of the rulers. And the scepter represents power, rulership. So the Most High and his Son, Yahushua, have to break the staff of the wicked. And his rulership. Break it out of his hand. All right. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke. This guy doesn't stop. Here he has everything. He has conquered the whole world. He has everyone paying taxes, tributary. This is the Roman Empire all over again. And then he constantly comes and he adds more taxes, more afflictions to people all across the earth. This guy constantly smoting the people in wrath with a continual stroke. He never stops. He that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted and none hinder it. So, hey, he's going to get his turn, man. And we're witnessing Esau, Babylon, get their turn. All right? The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. So when you're put down, when you're persecuted, and no one could take the judgment from you. When America gets destroyed by nuclear missiles, man, the whole earth is going to be happy. Everything in creation is going to be happy. All right? It says they break forth into singing. Yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee. The trees. Everyone, man, go on TikTok. There's videos of trees actually singing. Trees sing. All right? Everything that has life is going to be happy when this dude is taken out of power. And the cheaters of Lebanon saying, since thou art laid down, no feller is come up against us. Yeah, and this guy hates life. Tree has life. This guy just destroys the trees for no fucking reason. It says, hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet that coming. So, judgment is going to meet America when they enter into the Middle East to go to war against Iran. And that is going to cause a full-scale World War III, because Russia is going to be a guard onto Iran. The BRICS nations going to be a guard onto Iran. All right? Russia and their allies. It stirred up the dead for thee, so the heathens, even all the chief ones of the earth. It had raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. So all these kings that are risen right now, that are leaders of their country, and that are speaking against America, they were risen up just for this, to be against America, to destroy America. All right? All they that speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? So this is the second time we have heard this. Art thou become like unto us? So you're no longer the invincible bully. You're now on the bully that could be touched. All right? These nations have nuclear missiles. Yeah, this is not like World War II where you could just drop a bomb and end the war and you're the winner. No. It doesn't work like that. It says thy pomp is brought down to the grave. So the Most High is going to bury your pride. All right? And the noise of thy fowls, the worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. The infrastructure in America is falling apart. The roads falling apart. Even some of the nicest areas like Beverly Hills have the worst fucking roads. All right? It's because that worm is spread under thee. The infrastructure is breaking apart. Bridges falling down. Houses. The foundation is all bad. Which just means it's just symbolic for your rulership. It's just temporary. You know? Isaiah 14:12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? So someone might pick this up and they be blown away, confused, all type of thoughts. But this is dealing with Esau, the so-called white man. He claims to be a luminary, right? He claims to be the Illuminati, the light bearer. That's what Lucifer means. So how is this dude fallen from his rulership? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? How have you weakened the nations? Through your fucking politics, through your philosophy, through your sanctions, through your democracy. When a nation oppose you, you send an economic hitman, destroy their economy. Now they're in debt with a puppet that have the whole country giving all their resources to you while the people suffer. You asshole. Which did us weaken the nations. He weakens nations from the inside out, man. And then he puts bases in these nations. He put garrisons. All right? Calling it embassy. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit, and he has, man. He got satellites all over. I think it just came out that Starlink have over like 3,000, between 3 to 7,000 satellites in orbit. So this man think he's like the Most High. He coveted to be the Most High. He coveted the Most High's a spot. It says, I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. And here he is in North America. All right. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds, and I will be like the Most High. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. A literal pit, man. That's going to be your new home. All right. This is the greatest humbling of all time. All right. The so-called white man is going to get the greatest humbling ever in all mankind. All right. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble? Damn, is it him? It don't look like him. This guy look like a beast. You sure this is him? That's how our children gonna be asking, is this guy? Showing you how of a bad state he's gonna be in our kingdom. Saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble? That did shake kingdoms? How has he shaken kingdoms? By bombing the shit out of them. Committing genocide. I was just reading that bomb that he dropped in World War II to end that ended World War II was not meant for that city. It was meant for somewhere else. So he killed hundreds of thousands of people. Just because he had the power to do so. That made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of the prisoners. Yeah, America is one big prison where they try to keep you in mental prison here. But yeah, man, the world ain't going for this America bullying their way back to the top. It's not happening. All right? Jeremiah 15:25. The Lord... Wait. Ooh. I gotta start at 23. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? Now, if you know anything about a hammer, it's damn near impossible to split a hammer and break a hammer. All right? And that's Esau's military. How is the hammer of the earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations? So this is a rhetorical question. I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken. And World War III is part of that snare. Every move America is making right now is a snare to bring them closer to destruction. If you don't know, a snare is a trap. And thou art also taken. O Babylon, America, thou wasn't not aware. Thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai. So you're fighting against divine powers, the creator of heaven and earth, Yahweh Shemel Shai. So the Most High has snared you into a perfect trap. All right. The Lord had opened his armory. So the Lord has given these nations all this advanced nuclear missiles to where they're not afraid of you no more. And they're getting these weapons from the Most High. All right? And had brought forth the weapons of his indignations. So South Korea's new missile, Russia's new missile, oh yeah, they got that from the Most High, man. The Most High opened his army. He let you get some of his arsenal to where you could create one missile with nuclear warheads that could take out one city, 100,000 people just off impact, 300,000 people off the radiation, millions actually off the radiation. I forgot what the other thing was. It was blast, and then I know radiation is pretty much the aftermath, the after damage, but it's that blast, that wave after impact. That's about 300,000. And the Lord has given these countries these weapons, and had brought forth the weapons of his indignation. So these weapons are for the Most High's wrath, righteous wrath. For this is the work of the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai of hosts in the land of the Chaldeans. It says, come against her from the utmost border. Open her storehouses. Cast her up as heaps and destroy her utterly. Let nothing of her be left. And that's America. There's not going to be one little island, even Hawaii. There's not even going to be a beach house left. There ain't going to be no, let me see. What's that thing where the boats, they see, lighthouse. Ain't gonna be one lighthouse. It's all gonna be burnt up. All right. Slay all her bullocks. Let them go down to the slaughter. Woe unto them. And I believe all the people are likened unto the cattle or animals for the sacrifice. Let them go down to the slaughter. Woe unto them, for their day is come, the time of their visitation. So it's time for the Most High to bring forth judgment. The voice of them that flee and escape out of the land of Babylon, declare in Zion the vengeance of the Lord our God, Yahweh Shemel Shai, the vengeance of his temple. Call together the archers against Babylon, all ye that bend the bow. So all these nations that got nuclear missiles, the Most High is calling them together against America. And you can see why, because Trump is offending a lot of his allies over taxes, over tariffs, over trade, man. Camp against it round about, let none thereof escape. Recompense her according to her work. You know, in Revelations it says, render unto her double according to all that she had done, do unto her. For she had been proud against the Lord, against the Holy One of Israel. See? So all of this judgment is going to dish out against America because they've been proud against the Most High and his beloved Son. All right, Revelations 11 and 18. And the nations were angry. We see why the nations are angry. Because of this tariff and because his stout was more than his fellows. Because America's pride is offending these nations also. The way Trump is talking, you know, and the nations were angry. And we see why the nations are angry right now, man. And that wrath is come, and the time of the dead, the heathen, that they should be judged. So it's time for you heathens to be judged also. You know, World War III is going to bring about the judgment of Esau and his kingdom and you damn heathens, all right, that have taken crafty counsel against the Most High people. Oh, yes, your time, man. And that they should give reward unto thy servants, the prophets. What's the reward? The kingdom. All right, deliverance. And to the saints and them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. And who has destroyed the earth? The so-called white man. And then he's going to blame it on global warming. Like, no, nigga, you're over here spraying shit all the time into the atmosphere, killing the ecosystem. You're over here manipulating the weather. You know, you're over here cloud seeding, you know, turning on the harp, causing fire with your dew machine. You're just doing too much, and you doing too much with your technology is destroying the earth. Throwing fucking drugs into the ocean. The goddamn animals are high, killing themselves. All right, throwing oil in the water. Dude is exerting. He is literally a succubus, death demon. He's sucking all the oil out the earth. You know you're supposed to leave oil in the earth, right? Just like if you have a car, you don't take out all the oil. This guy is destroying the earth and then pretending he's saving the earth. How much more sinister can you be? That's why the Most High is going to destroy him. Throwing trash in space. Who the fuck does shit like this? Scripture says your hurtful works are fulfilled. Yeah, just thinking about the shit this guy do made me mad. I just want to see him get destroyed already. God damn it. 2nd Ezra 15:6. For wickedness had exceedingly polluted the whole earth. Because of who? The so-called white man. The mystery of iniquity is revealed. Come on. Literally, people are battling with sex demons because of this guy. You got a thing called the dark web because of this guy. You got human traffic stop because of this guy. Wickedness is exceedingly polluted the whole earth. People are mutilating young babies. For what? For what? For propaganda? For birth? For depopulation? To control the birth? Come on, man. This is everywhere. And their hurtful works are fulfilled. That hurtful work is destroying the damn earth. The earth ain't even yielding its full force. Man, we're about to see the destruction of the so-called white man. And we're witnessing his kingdom fall. Man, what a beautiful thing. I just want to see it happen already, god damn it. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, that's all I have for the lesson. Lord willing, it was edifying to the point, giving all praises to Yahweh Shem El Shai. Shalom.